What's up, everybody? Are we back or not? I don't know. We had a momentary disconnection. I think maybe my internet went out. I think we're back. A little bit of technical issues here. Just ignore that first 30 seconds of the stream. I don't know what caused me to disconnect exactly. Something with the internet, apparently. Alright, guys. We're starting a little bit late. Sorry about that. Emergency fan, Medicare treatment. My fan was falling off, and I can't do without the fan. It's extremely hot here, so the fan is essential worker. Alright, guys. So I'm taking challenges in Blitz and Rapid Chess, as I do Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. Usually just Blitz on Fridays. 5-3 through 7+3. I'm in a hurry. Started late. Good simul yesterday, guys. Acerbate, you had me. Acerbate, I'm proud of you, man. For the first time in months, really. You got a winning position against me in the simul. I sleazed my way out of it with an unsound piece sacrifice. But I'm proud of you for getting winning position, Acerbate. Good job, man. Very good job. You've been, I don't know, you hadn't been playing your best, I felt, in the simuls lately, so even though you didn't win, to achieve a winning position I thought was a good accomplishment. Alright, I've got challenges from Wikipoo and Troll in a Roll. Maybe I'll start with the Troll. Wikipoo's fast, and I need to get a little bit collected here. Between the fan repair and reading the news, I need to get myself organized. Wikipoo, you'll be second. Blocking my rook's a little weird here. I'm going to block something no matter what I move. It's going to be hard to get castled. Charlie Hill chess. The Panda is not as unique as I would like him to be. Pandas seem popular for some reason in online chess streams lately. It's hard to be original, I know. But anyway, guys, Panda's real. Good simul yesterday. Thank you guys for the kind donations and support. Streaming till 1:30, Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays usually. Troll with a very fundamental center. He's got the bishops raking these two diagonals. Knight still yet to respond. I went with early knight deployment. I probably have to play his f3, e4, maybe even a symmetrical. This bishop must get out. Now he can own the center with d5. So I made a mistake, it looks like. Giving him too much center. It almost feels like the classical center seems to mean more in chess 960 than normal chess, but I guess we figured out how to play hypermodern chess more specifically in the one original chess setup. We just know it better. We know what not to do. So Troll in a Roll here already has an advantage based on central control. My knights could in fact just get pushed away. As is frequently the case, I'm a little groggy here. Troll, it's a little later for him. Doesn't have that excuse. Sent me a challenge, very good. Oh, you're Angry Dragon 1009? I'm confused, officially. Alright, I was like, what? Angry Dragon, yeah. You're not the same person. I didn't think you were Charlie Hill Chess, but it was the only other challenge there besides Wikipoo. I know who he is for sure, so. I was getting confused. It's pretty easy to confuse me. So at least that's sorted out. Just amazing. Troll has the car pawn formation. They don't make them like they used to. Those 70s and 80s sort of car bodies. All the pieces behind the pawn chain. That's the way to play a closed position. My knight's a little bit problematic here. So he's, in a sense, casting doubt on my deployment of these knights early, that they might get captured or get kicked away. Could Troll have overextended or overextend himself? Knight g6, simply developing. Bang. And Asterbate is a fan of the check Benoni. We're doing something like a check Benoni here. c5, e5. Asterbate, good job yesterday, though. Locking it up and then breaking through with the counterattack. I made a couple of stupid moves in time pressure, but I thought you're making progress. We had some good games in the simul. I ran a little low of time and started playing kind of passively and trading pieces too much in some of my games. But, you know, for the most part it was fun and fairly okay. Angry Dragon. This was his plan to challenge my knight with the knight rather than give up his bishop, a very powerful bishop. Bishop. This is an interesting concept I've never used before. I like this. Castle lift. I should be, yeah, because you blundered. I have some funny hallucinations when I get low on time in the simuls. Like, I offered a draw to someone on sound because I thought it was equal material. I was down a pawn but didn't realize it. You know, it may be the case that he was like, oh, I should have never accepted a draw. I should have never offered a draw down a pawn unless I had compensation, which I didn't. But I didn't know I was down a pawn. I don't count material. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, I don't sit there and do that. Sort of play intuitively. It's good for beginners to really keep like a mental count, I guess, of material, but at some point you just sort of like keep track of it without literally counting material. Sometimes I forget like what's actually happening with the material. A3. Getting a little concerned about this. But I think we go for it here. Troll, I don't know how much more harmonious you can make your pieces. I'll leave the challenges up there in the corner so you can see for yourself what challenges I have. But I do take the subscribers to the stream first. All you guys are subscribers, actually. Knight A5, Troll. Took your maximum aggressive pills today. Unbelievable. He's never usually this aggressive. What coordination he shows. You ruined my plans to castle. I can't be having a knight on b3. So I'm ready for a second rook lift. Ready for the second rook lift. I was going to castle queen 7. He's so non-friendly. I have to bail on the castling plan, play b4, open up my own king in order to punish his early knight move. The Roach Motel. Are you familiar with that concept? I don't think they have those, only in North America. Product you can buy. Roach traps. So come on in. The water's nice and warm. You can probably pull this off, Troll. Actually, very complicated, but knight b3 is possible. Though I don't know how you're gonna support it. If he plays knight b3 and his knight gets in there and gets attacked, how is he gonna defend it? Maybe he can defend it with the queen. Maybe he can try to play a5, a4. This was totally not what I expected. I don't understand. Wow. That's weird. I guess calculation here would be good. He's going to eliminate my knight on d5 and then take the one to b4. But his king is there as well, so not without danger. Also b5 is possible. b5, knight d5, pawn takes c6. That's pretty complicated. The Italian game is I mean, I don't know if anything gives anybody a slight edge. Probably like all the openings are equal if played all the main openings are like equal if played perfectly, would be my guess. Though it's hard for anybody to know for sure. But if you want to phrase it a different way, like one of the best tries to get an edge, probably it is. But if we're talking about the Italian game, then we're talking about specifically the Gioco Pianissimo, b5, knight d5, cb, knight b4, cb, I meant bc, knight b4, cb, king b7, rook b2. Okay, that's pretty disturbing. Troll, I don't know how much more aggressive you can play this opening. How does he play the opening so perfectly in chess 960? How much more aggressively he could play and see and calculate so quickly. He's normally not that good tactically. It's funny how speed increased. Dramatically over the last few months since he came back to my stream. What? What are you doing? Wow, that was unexpected. He made a miscalculation. I hope. Look how fast he is. Troll, when did you become that fast? just suddenly like that. Game super fast. He's like a different player than he used to be. He used to lose on time all of his games. Now he's ultra fast. We have tons of games. He was just flagging every time. Now he's faster than me. Troll. You have multiple personality disorder. He sacked a piece here for no reason, because he was playing too quick. Uncharacteristic. Not for no reason. I mean, maybe he has something, but he didn't have to. Not a lot of other options there, Trika said. That would be his, like, only option. Pretty deep if that works. For all I know, there's some way you can win this. But there's no reason for him to sack a piece there. The variation should be just like capture, recapture. Capture and recapture. Black is better. Black is better here. I mean, his king is actually safer than mine after king b7. He's winning. Close to winning. This is what I would have played. I didn't realize you have bishop c4. Possibly rook c4. It wasn't that bad, wow. Till I took on c6, but I thought I'm just a clear pawn down here. Why didn't I... Wow, that's weird. This is kind of weird. I don't know why I automatically thought I had to take on c6 in this position. It's very strange. For some reason, I thought I have to take the knight on c6 now. But this doesn't look that clear. Actually, either recapture. I don't know why I rejected this. There's nothing that crystal clear about this. Either recapture on d5. Alright, well anyway, just getting warmed up. I get a challenge from somebody in 3-0 rated. Don't do that. I try to be, you know, instructive. Right at the bottom of the screen, if you watch my stream, 5+3 through 7+3 casual. I prefer to avoid the 3-0 rated challenges. My rating's already like 100 points below where it should be, so I'm not into like losing any more points. One of these days I've got to get around to getting my rating points back to where they were. I'm not gonna handicap myself by streaming rated 3-0 challenges. So Wikipoo, like playing a match with Wikipoo would be good for my rating. Wikipoo is also 100 points underrated, probably. A Blitz. Alright guys, I got started a little bit late. Yeah, there's the flag I wanted. But I mean, at that point he has a lost position. I don't understand how he became so fast. He used to always lose on time. He must have really started drinking energy drinks or something. So Wikipoo, playing d4. Usually he plays e4. Everybody's got some surprises for me. This variation is a problem for my repertoire. I don't really want to play c5 here. I don't even think that's a good move. I mean, c5, d5. Could you play like c5, d5, b5? Like a delayed Blumenfeld? So it's like a Kasparov, Nimzo 4g3 against the Nimzo, followed by b6, knight f3, I guess. Brony, ready for the team battle? Who's going to be here tomorrow? Wikipoo, Brony. We need as many strong players as we can. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. is a team battle. I sent a message out about this. 2 p.m. Central European summertime is team battle. If c5, d5, it's a classic problem. Love how I treated him the same. Yeah, I don't treat people differently based on their rating level. We all suck relative to Magnus Carlsen. People in my team got a message about the team battle. If you guys like to join my team, Panda and Horses Club, I don't think our moderator is here today. Let me see if I can find a link to the club quickly and post it. If you're interested in joining my team /club, this is why I don't play 3-0 challenges. Because I'm spending half my time looking for a link while I'm playing. Not very professional. That's why we need our moderator in the chat, but he has to work, which is a pity. So I'm just going to grab the link, post it. Probably someone already did by the time I grabbed it. Well, I mean, I remember like being a beginner and having the feeling that some strong players who you meet were like arrogant, like they thought they were better than you. I will like defend the arrogance of some strong players. Like if you're at a chess tournament and let's say random people come up to you and start asking you questions like, hey, I had this game where I had a knight on f7 and there was like a bishop on c3 and then my opponent was going to queen a pawn. And can you tell me, like, if you're like asking people questions like that, like randomly, you know, in a social situation, like they might be kind of rude because, but in general, like, I don't think that people should act like they're superior because they're higher rated at something. But it is so typical, right? I mean, I've known strong players, and I've been there, and I've done both sides of that sort of thing before. It's hard to resist. Jim, good to see you. We missed you yesterday. I lost against Dinakis. It's like our resident Bob replacement comment from Brony. Well, maybe people find arrogant people attractive in some way. Otherwise, Donald Trump wouldn't be president of the United States. But, that's our message for the day. Indirectly. Can I get an exchange trapped here? But Dinakis is the same as Dimitrulas, Jim? He has like 2 accounts? Because that kind of threw me a little bit. See now, Troll, this kind of comment from you, the as if Billary isn't arrogant, that has nothing to do with what I said. I'm talking about Donald Trump, and then you're like, What does that have to do with anything? So one person was a member of like a billion person party, and so now we have to like look at everybody in that party through the lens of that person. It's like, I never liked Hillary Clinton, and a lot of people don't. And I don't want to get into a political discussion, but it's like this reaction by troll. Like, do you think that I like Hillary Clinton because I don't like Donald Trump? This polarized kind of thing, like, I have to like Hillary Clinton because I don't like Donald Trump. This sentence, it doesn't make sense, like, I don't know. It just, the things are totally unrelated. It's ridiculous. I'm going to take this pawn. Do I have to like Hillary Clinton because I'm a registered Democrat or something? Is that what you think? That all registered Democrats like Hillary Clinton? But that was in 2016. I can kind of forgive people for not liking Hillary Clinton and not realizing what they were getting into. I mean, some of us knew what they were getting into, but, poor people didn't know. But it's like this polarized thing. Us versus them. It's ridiculous. Why does it have to be us versus them all the time? That's what people want you to think. It's not. You have a choice. You can like this person or not, or like that person. It's not automatically, I like Hillary Clinton because I hate Donald Trump. That's absurd, They're different people. A lot of politicians are arrogant. But I was just sort of in a political mood. Thus my Neil Young. My Neil Young protest statement. I'm voting for Neil Young for president. Unfortunately, he can't be president because he's not a natural-born citizen. But, Wikipoo. Speed Demon. Well, I don't want to talk about Hillary Clinton. That's what they love to do. People love to do. Man, that's a good move. Damn. Alright, I can't defend that pawn. And I'm all distracted now. This sucks. This sucks. Talking about politics. You guys should never discuss politics while I'm playing Wikipoo. It's like Mr. Time. Seriously cost me the game. I don't even know where my time went. It like evaporated. Also, I have some sort of ping issues probably. I don't know where my time even went. I used to have 5 minutes. Like, where did my 5 minutes go? I have absolutely no clue. My 5 minutes. I had 5 minutes here? Seriously? Are you playing for like one move tactics? With rook takes c5? What? Wow. Now we're in trouble. Yeah, not a good game for me to get distracted. Troll, I blame it on you. Troll mentioned Hillary Clinton. I resign. Got me wound up. The Wikipoo is extremely fast, playing for cheap tactics, and I gave him a piece now. He plays exclusively for time, so it's really hard. This is probably holdable if I play perfectly, but I have to play perfectly. Even this is a mistake. Knight g4 right away. I should have played. I think this is probably a draw. Maybe not, I don't know. It's really close. His structure being broken, active rook, active knight. He's not a nemesis, it's just that, number one, I just woke up. Number two, he challenged me to like the first game. I haven't played at all, and he plays like ultra fast, and he's playing for tricks, and I get distracted by Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and Donald Trump. Chat. Alright, whatever. Let's play somebody not 2100, so I can keep getting warmed up here. I don't like playing games where the focus is on time, playing for time. That's why I challenged 5+3, but somehow Wikipoo has a way of making my time disappear, as if it's like 3-0, and he plays all of his moves instantly without thinking. I don't know how you can not make tactical mistakes if you use no time on your moves. That's hard for me to understand. But I'm getting a little more insight into Wikipoo now. He's playing for like one move tactics all the time. I didn't realize that until now. We had a we had a game previously with Charlie Devin. Was that also a Nimzo? That was also a Nimzo where I was losing. This is a Bogo Indian, to be exact. Robot lizards. Let's go back in time. This is a big mistake, I would think. To give up your strong point on d4, you need a really good reason to do that. I've played bishop takes b4 myself, but I always played like a3. I had a game with Uncle Yermo. No, he lost a piece. Taking too little time. You can't be like Marwa. Not everybody can play like the entire game in 1 minute without making a tactical mistake. I mean, Wikipoo. He's improved a lot tactically. Must be doing a lot of tactics. Terrible blunder. Alright. I gotta take the challenge from Angry Dragon now, even though he's 2107, which is a favorite against me, my current state of confused anger. Losing to Wikipoo. My own fault for taking too much time talking about politics, getting distracted. Thanks to Troll. Yeah, I don't know where 5 minutes with 3 seconds per move really disappears that quickly. Did you see that? I didn't use that much time. It's a conspiracy. So I had another player on the stream, Rad the Brown, who's disappeared. I think he left for another chess stream. He was playing the King's Indian attack every game. It's a solid system. I don't really like it, personally, against the Sicilian in particular with white. Yeah, I got distracted with the link. Was that during my game with Marwa? With Wikipoo? Did I do that? Did I do the link while I was playing Wikipoo? I guess I did. Jeez, that wasn't a good idea. Forgot who I was playing there. Yeah, gave him a little time odds. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. I'm just still half awake. I didn't sleep too well last night. When I do simuls on Sundays, for some reason the simuls do something to my mind. I get like wound up subconsciously or something. Though I don't feel nervous or anything, I find it very hard to sleep after doing a simul for some reason. Even if I feel normal, I still can't sleep. I just can't really sleep. My brain is sort of running and wound up. So I didn't sleep too well last night. It's also very, very hot here. Not conducive to rest. So I'm not feeling the freshest this morning. Average simul. I used too much time talking and bantering in the early stage, trying to guess who's who and stuff. We put a lot of emphasis on the Zen mode simul start, where I'm trying to guess what player is what. That kind of was where all my time went, and then I had to rush toward the middle of the simul and make a lot of substandard moves. You're hot. Thank you. If only it wasn't coming from you, troll. I might be excited about that. Wish Bob had said it. It's very unpleasant here. Humid and hot. I don't want to be in Budapest, Hungary for the summer, but it is what it is. Is what it is. So he's playing like some sort of weird hybrid. King's Indian attack with rook b1 and b4. Well, the best thing about Bulgaria, troll and roll, would be like the Black Sea, right? Sunny beach, or they have a sea. In Hungary, we only have a lake. Lakes just don't cut it. I've never been to Bulgaria. I'm not sure if that's by choice or by coincidence. I never had an inclination to go to a tournament there. They do have that Sunny Beach tournament. It's cheaper than Montenegro. That's probably true. Much safer. Maybe not, but there's no corruption in Bulgaria, unlike other Balkan countries. I imagine Bulgaria is a little bit like Hungary was. At one point. Similar It's not part of the EU. So, pre-EU Hungary, kind of. Dude, if we go to the hospital, you have to, like, pay bribes to doctors and stuff. That's how things work. Even in... Hungary is not really a Balkan country. So... But not just the Balkans. I mean, corruption is a worldwide phenomenon. It's like Russia, yeah. Without the KGB. Well, I think like that's how the medical system works in Eastern Europe. Like state-run hospitals, like they don't get paid very much like Western doctors. So if you want good care, it's like automatic to bribe people. It's a very strange concept for Westerners to understand. The bribes are just like part of the system. That's inherent with the socialist world, right? Bad care is free, but if you want normal care, you have to pay extra. It still comes out cheaper, exactly. They're not really bribes. You're just paying them the salary they should have gotten from the state in the first place. It's such a dirty word. Let's call it a bribe. Schieberspieler, what's up? Ready for the team battle tomorrow? I'm not. No talking about political stuff while I'm playing or making me look for links. My speed is going to be a problem. I better play some warm-up games before tomorrow. Because I'm looking slow. How about you? Did you recover? Recover from the rapid? Back to normal speed? You said that it messed you up. Schieberspieler is our honorary team captain for the team battle tomorrow. I'm old and broken. I don't know. If I live that long, Jim, it's a possibility. So, I'm not going to complain about everything. The All-Stars. Let's see how tomorrow goes. But I seriously need some warm-up. Pondo's thought for the day. You're going to propose that I get warmed up? I haven't been playing almost at all outside of the stream. I have to check. D4 square. I don't like my dark square bishop getting exchanged off. How about an exchange sack? That went really well. Actually, my exchange sack against that's ridiculous. Look at the game, by the way, against Morwa. I'm like clearly better with a rook on e3, and I just sacked the exchange for nothing. This was a typical example of, and it's not like I trapped my rook, by the way. If you guys go back to that game, I didn't have time to talk about it. But it wasn't that he trapped the exchange. I gave it to him on purpose because I thought it would be fun. I was like clearly better and sacked the exchange That's called like fancy play syndrome. I mean, it wasn't sound. Here again, I'm like tempted to play rook takes c3. It's the sort of tilt thing. I don't know. Why am I a little tilty? Probably because I'm tired. I don't like giving up my dark squared bishop here. I don't know much about Angry Dragon, though. He's very mysterious. I usually try to get some sort of info on my opponents to try to play toward their weaknesses, but I don't know what his weaknesses and strengths are. Even though I've played him 12 times, they were so long ago, except for yesterday's simul game, I have no clue what Angry Dragon's strengths and weaknesses are. If I can play like a 100-game match with somebody, do better. Then on Saturday, what? You scored 1 out of 8? 1 out of 8 in what? You scored 1 out of 8 in what? You did okay in the All-Star Arena. Some random blitz. 1 out of 8? It couldn't have been too random. For you to get 1 out of 8, you play well. It must have been a powerful field. Mommy. He's 2107. 1977 in Blitz. That's solid. I've got nothing. It's just a draw. That's basically what I expect from the closed Sicilian for the most part. Something like that. Equal. Quick with the quickness. Quick with the quickness. So what about like knight c6 here? It's a draw. Everything's a draw. Maybe this isn't a draw. Maybe he's better now. Not sure. Probably equal. I am not ready for tomorrow. Like realistically, it's just a draw. He's actually outplayed me. I think he's stronger than me. I had no winning chances this whole game. He declined to draw in the simul yesterday. But here I have more time. I want to see this. I feel like I was always equal or never really better. Stockfish wants to give up its bishop on c6. That seems a bit strange. So look at this, rook b1. I've never seen anyone do this in a King's Indian attack formation. I have seen it in the closed Sicilian, but I suppose it's solid enough. Castles, b4. We're following like Soviet Championship 1988 or something. What is that? Ruban was only 23.95 in 88. I guess it's not the Soviet Championship. Queen e2. I thought Ruban was higher rated. Knight d1 was surprising. It felt like I was better now. And this pawn like haunts me later on b5 being on the white square. It's always a target. f5 maybe not necessary, I don't know. Here I wanted to sack the exchange just for fun. It's ridiculous, you know, you can't do that. I should have played e5, I guess. It's totally equal. He has 4 inaccuracies, 21 cent upon loss. I have 3 inaccuracies, 23 cent upon loss. I hate ponies. I'm just kidding. I don't hate them, but I'm not a brony. Despite the presence of brony in the stream here. It's supposed to be a joke, but it's a little too deep for most people to understand. Alright, so who is a subscriber? Night Griffin? Night Griffin is up. Bold Random Rabbit. Bold Random Rabbit, did you get a subscription? Yeah, but the engine says that Rook c8 is better than Queen c7. Anyway, it wouldn't have made a big difference. I'm going to take challenges from subscribers first. We haven't focused on the pony aspect too much of my stream lately. It's just a joke. Recently, someone in the team group was teasing me about it. They're obviously like 17 or something. Can't make fun of yourself, honestly. Who can you make fun of? Alright, Night Griffin. Guys, don't be afraid to challenge me if you're a low-rated player. We don't get enough challenges, I think, from people who are, like, say, under 1,700. I think they're sometimes intimidated and feel like they're not high enough rated to challenge if they don't have a good chance to beat me. But I mean, I'm not that competitive, and I just like teaching mostly, so don't be shy, you know, to send in a challenge. We had this yesterday. I normally play Queen A4 check. I just feel like doing something different. One of the problems is this Vienna variation, Zoltan Wrigley or whatever. Can be played now. That's a pain. Oh no. Master sacked his queen. This doesn't work. Don't be afraid to play, but I'll make fun of you when you make a blunder. Night Griffin. Just playing too fast. Take your time. I mean, it's a long time control. It's a little late now. It's a little bit too late What's he got for the queen? Just a rook. A rook and 2 pawns. Almost enough. No. I need to get glasses, but that looks like Polre. Polre. It's a good move. See, he can find good moves when he needs to. He just wasn't warmed up yet. I'm getting really sharp tactically now, spotting double threats. Spectacular Camel subscribed with Twitch Prime, 21 months. Yesterday, move 11 was up to 37. That's the all-time record, I think. I'm just going to take these challenges. You had a panda as a child. Your favorite stuffed animal? Asper, you never said that before. Are you just making that up? Is that a real thing you're talking about, or you're creating like a narrative, a false narrative? You never mentioned your panda. Spectacular Camel, you're better with concepts than consistency. I held a simul last night, 26 players, though like 2 of them didn't even show up. That makes me so angry. But anyways, it happens every time. At least we got the simuls working again. Thanks to Thibault and lichess. 3 weeks, our simuls were kind of lagging with not enough players. Alright, the Verisov. This is like a bad Verisov. I played knight f3 instead of bishop f4 or bishop g5. We've never played before, although normally I wouldn't accept a challenger. I assume Tricassette had 100 games. Never assume nothing. This is like a Richard Rapport system of some sort. Rapport Ricardo. Your favorite stuffed animal really was a panda. He's in panda heaven now. Ricardo Montalban. So, I don't know how good Tricassette is. I thought I saw them in the chat before in my streams, so I sort of assumed they had a established rating or something. I guess not. Been known to be wrong. So what do I do now? Rapport. This is really demented. A demented Verisov / Kali system. Not a good opening. I wonder if I should just take on f5 there, but he's got the smart bind on e4. Smart bind. That'll just strengthen his bind on e4. My bishop just dies. Clearly not an engine. I don't know. Here you ought to do anything to stop me from playing e4. That includes the consideration of knight e4 or even moving your bishop again to b4. Now white's okay. My entire position is bottled up behind e4. So black had those 2 very sensible alternatives. I mean, maybe he should have played bishop b4 in the first place. At least consider the possibility. But I don't think he really wants to give that piece up. Not a good opening by me, though. The c3 move, actually even just knight f3 is a serious mistake. Well, this move order is a mistake. Bishop f5 is okay. You can also play c5 here. After c5, black's at least equal. It's a bad Chigorin for me. He dropped a piece if it's my turn, but it's his turn. Sometimes I lose track of whose turn it is. I did a funny thing in the simul yesterday. I offered a draw to one of our regulars, someone on sound, in a knight endgame. And after the simul, he said, "Oh, I'm such an idiot for taking a draw in a pawn down position. I should never do that." A pawn up position. He was a pawn up in a knight endgame. He took a draw. So I should have more confidence in my endgames. But I don't find it, you know, good sportsmanship to offer draws in lost positions. And I wouldn't offer a draw if I known I was a pawn down. I thought it was equal material. And I was just offering a draw in the equal material endgame. It's funny. Chess Funators, welcome. So, black's pawn structure, I guess, on an issue after knight d6, bishop d3. We're not worse, but I'm not sure if we have a serious advantage here. Very small advantage for white based on the pawn on d4 being influential. If you ask me, that's my only tangible advantage. Yeah, I don't know much about iPads or Safari. Sit-on's challenging to rated. Sit-on. Sit down. It's my Spanish teacher in high school used to get angry. I tell everyone to siéntate. Sit down. Re-challenge. He was a good guy. My favorite one of my favorite high school teachers. Mr. Taggart. H6. I very much regret I didn't continue to study Spanish. So knight f6 check, queen f6, and you protect your f5 bishop. What to do? Mr. Pascal. I did teach chess in the schools for a time. So it's very formal to call me that. Respectful, appreciate it, but not necessary. Mr. Bill. Mr. makes me feel old. Reality hurts. But they called me that even when I was in my 20s, so it's cool. The high school chess team I used to coach for. C6. Just getting younger all the time. Don't be weird. Maybe I was 38. I just didn't remember. Forgot how to count material. So black is playing like kind of passive. passively. The emphasis on Lee. I'm getting younger. Okay, it's like a semi-Slav. The Panda Man sounds a little childish and strange. Sladgie. Sladgie is my poker and Twitch handle. Call me that. Sladge. It's a long story how the name was developed. Form of nickname for my former and now deceased dog, but Willie C. Are you not playing with viewers? Sit down. You just challenged me to rate it. Are you gonna? Really? You've been on my stream like a lot. I played no rated games with anybody. My rating is already like embarrassing. So losing more points would not be good. I haven't had time to do extracurricular Blitz to get my ratings back to like 2,500. I feel okay. I'd feel okay if they're like high 24, maybe around 25 would be acceptable. But this 2,300 stuff, it's embarrassing enough for like FIDE ratings to be down to 23. I don't want my online ratings to get that low. So no more rated challenges. Yeah, I used to do that too, Acerbate. I would play a bunch of casual games, and then once in a while someone would sneak in. You remember. They would sneak in the rated challenge when you didn't even know it was rated. And then like after the stream you see like your rating is changed or something. Then like inevitably they would be like using an engine. Or even if not, you know, if you're not in the mental state that it's rated, you may not quite play your best. You better get used to your FIDE ratings. I mean, you know the funny part about my FIDE ratings? The funny part is that for like 8 years, I almost didn't play at all. You know, just in the Hungarian Team Championship and maybe one tournament a year, I was very inactive. And I like never really lost points too much, even though I was almost completely inactive. I would play maybe 15 games a year, and I hung in there. You know, I was always like high 2,300s. But lately, like, I played the last couple of years a little more actively, and I've dropped another like 50 points or something, but mostly because of too many draws. Well, Hungary's not a good place for rating points. I don't know what Schieberspieler thinks. I feel like there's like a rating depression in Hungary. You need like a country with a lot of old people that have a lot of money and they can like go to tournaments and travel. Like I wanna be like maybe Switzerland or something like that. Austria, Switzerland. Some wealthy European country. I'd probably be much higher rated. Someone should do like an economic paper on it, but I think that like poorer countries probably have less rating points. Schieberspieler is a couple points short of FM. He's underrated. Extremely strong for an FM. Well, for a modern day FM. He's legitimate enough to be like an old school FM, I think. Like an 80s an 80s or early 90s FM strength. FM. I know a lot of really weak players who got the FM title. But Schieberspieler doesn't fall into that category. Okay, so now we're talking about Schieberspieler. We should talk about the tournament tomorrow. Streamer Battle. He's our highest rated player. Because my rating is down in the doldrums. I guess we'll push this to A4. Oh, Charlie Hill chess. Yeah, well, we have one of the most... Here in Budapest seems to be a very ambulance-centric area for some reason. I'm not quite sure. I even have an ambulance. One of our subscriber, what are they called? Emotes or whatever, is actually an ambulance. Now he's going crazy. I didn't quite get the context, but now I understand. Alright, Trikuset just sort of lost his mind because of the time. Played very solidly. Still, he's not going to give up. No one likes a quitter. He's clearly trying to attack my king. You got him. I have the sub-badge ambulance. Yeah, sub-badge ambulance. It's better in the winter when I don't have to open the windows because I'm not suffocating from massive humidity and heat. So I don't have to hear that all the time. It's really good when I'm like recording videos. It's like big problem now. I have to record like audio chess videos, whatever. Record chess videos with audio and like I have to close the window in order to record them. And I'm like dying. I can't turn on the fan. I can't, have any noise. It's a disaster. It's like 90 degrees in my office. The ambulances go over well on recorded videos. Chess lover, how are things in Hungary? Better than the United States, I guess. We're kind of lucky here. Donald Trump isn't president. Bold random rabbit. No, I mean geographically Hungary was just lucky with coronavirus. We're in this sort of pocket. Hungary, Slovakia, Romania for the most part. This whole area of like Central Eastern Europe didn't get hit too hard by the pandemic. But I think it's just random luck. Alright, bold random rabbit. Speaking of random, troll in a roll. We have Orban Victor. Is Hungary keeping visitors out? Well, the borders were closed until like last week, I think. So they were pretty serious. I wouldn't say they did a great job, but they took it seriously. Like no one was in like denial. So it'll probably, get worse everywhere now that like things are opening up for the summer. But so far it's under control. I mean, things like we have to wear masks in stores and on public transport are common sense rules. I would imagine that's the case in most European Union countries. It seems like in the US, like only the Northeast really got under control because they got hit hard initially. Everywhere else is like a disaster now. So c5 a3, this is a very unusual move. It is possible to play queen a5. That doesn't look right. Could be a move. I think there's an exchange stack there, like queen a5, ab, queen a1. That's actually probably something I even looked at years ago. If I try to play this move, white just sacks the exchange with ab with really good play. So I have to take... This is a rare line. You think Spassky played that against Fischer? Possible. Spassky's big love was the Leningrad, Nimzo. I don't even know that much about Spassky and Fischer's games. Not really my era. I'd know more about like Karpov, Kasparov, but I don't even know if Spassky and Fischer ever had a Nimzo. I guess they must have. Spassky was pretty durable, playing both d4 and e4, making him universal. Fischer played many things with black, but he preferred the King's Indian to the Nimzo. He did play the Nimzo. So it's possible. Greece is a country where they really were very fortunate. Coronavirus. How are things now, Jim? Is it like open to tourism? No, I think I saw something recently. I can't place it. So we took back with the B pawn. That's a cool idea. Yeah, if you go on holiday and you must travel, probably Greece is a good place to go. Seems like a good system for white. I'm even sort of sad to give away my bishop. This is strange. I mean, you have to consider c takes d, a takes b, d takes c, but that doesn't look that great either. Either. I guess all it is the same-ish Nimzo with queen c2. I even might have had a game in this line against International Master Karsha Laszlo in Hungarian Team Championship. I can't remember the move order. It's something very similar. Well, I mean, like the UK has one of the worst records for the pandemic, I guess, so a lot of restrictions in place. I like how they wouldn't let Portugal come to the UK or whatever. That was weird. That's an ongoing scandal now. Like, the pandemic is much worse in the UK than Portugal. Portuguese aren't allowed to travel there. They're pretty pissed about it. They're just like randomly like left off the list. Someone didn't remember. So e3, yeah, this is what I'm worried about. I mean, it really shouldn't be dangerous for black, I guess. We try to set up pressure on that isolated doubled pawns, on the double pawns, but particularly c4. So you found my game, Schieberspieler. He didn't play queen c2. He might have later, though. Okay. That's a weird move order, too. e3, c5, a3. Like a delayed... Yeah, delayed same-ish variation. Nobody ever plays that, and it bothered me a little bit. I didn't really know what to do. This is sort of similar. Queen a4. Okay, that's a natural move. I have to play this, I guess. I mean, queen a4 is not a good square for the queen, obviously, but it causes me some problems tactically. How did you find that, Schieberspieler? Do you have like a database of Hungarian games? Or just in a general database? I know they have probably like a separate database. It's funny. Schieberspieler can find my old games. Oh, you just found it in ChessBase. I'm surprised it's even in there. I guess all the games that are recorded in the Hungarian Team Championship, but sometimes those second division games don't necessarily get in there. Magyar base. No, I mean seriously, the first division games are definitely published everywhere. But I play in the second division, and I mean, I guess we always record the games and turn in the scores, but I'm not certain that the games always make it into the database. That was 2015. It was a quick draw. I was black and I'm lazy by nature, so. But I didn't really know what to do. Not prepared for e3, a3, because it's never played by anybody. Last year I played against you? Which team? I don't remember that. I don't remember much. Oh, with Tomislav. Okay. Yeah, he plays in the Thursday tournaments. So I was black in some Sicilian. Now I don't remember. But he seems like a pretty good player for an FM. Topolza. He could be an IM, probably. Seems like a good FM. He plays the King's Indian. I lost him in the Thursday tournament. He's faster than me. Probably not as good, but faster. But he does play the King's Indian well. It's funny, I played him on the Thursday All-Star Arena, and we had a game where in the database I unimproved on one of my own games from... I looked at the Blitz game later. I literally unimproved on one of my own games in the database in some King's Indian. Topolza is a town in Hungary. Asterbate is just trying to be funny. Tapioca. Very original Asterbate and mature. It's like Hungary in Hungary kind of joke that we see so frequently here. The original Joker. Now white is just like losing that pawn on c4. Gone. Gone, dead. Kills bugs, dead. This is a cute way to win it. But it's a good classic sort of Nimzovitchian crime and punishment. This is the principle of the Nimzo, the main idea. And that illustrates, I guess, fundamentally the problem of this variation for white. If he doesn't come up with a good idea, he's just going to lose this pawn. And he's got really nothing to show for it. Geller, for example, played the sameish variation pretty well. You guys mentioned Spassky, same generation, but there are some lines of the sameish Nimzo where you sacrifice the pawn on c4 in exchange for a kingside attack, but I don't think here white has the greatest version of it. He's still got his king in the center, doesn't really have much. He doesn't have anything to show for this pawn. Yeah, the hungry joke is pretty weak. That's almost as bad as pony stuff. Spamsky. He's working with Banksky. Plays on words. We have a couple people who are on the stream who are expert at that. Not maybe here now. Move 11 is a big fan of that. Our longest running subscriber. Wait, you played a guy who kept blowing his nose? Is that what you're saying? And when I would boring his nose? I don't know what that means if I want to. Alright, boring. Mining. Similar to mining. Yeah, chess people do a lot of weird stuff. The eating at the board, I think Ivanchuk is famous for picking his nose. He's living in another world. He doesn't really pay attention to what's going on other than the chessboard, so I could see that. Not really thinking about anything that might bother someone. He lives in his own reality. Definitely not good with the coronavirus. I'm not even like shaking hands with people anymore. I'm like a germaphobe. Just eating at the board is disgusting. Normal eating. That's the worst. You know, it's okay if it's just like a chocolate bar. But it can be really irritating. I can't remember any really bad incidents with people picking in our nose. And I've played, I don't know, 2,500 games or something. Crazy. I probably have close to 2,000 something. In the 2000s, I don't know where. This H4, H5 plan was kind of frisky. I thought you would go with Rook H4 there. Give a book, take a book. Queen D4. I'm always nervous when I sacrifice my queen, even if it's just temporarily. What's wrong with this crowd? It is a little strange if you just came in. We're talking about... I don't know why we're talking about that. You're destroying my stream. Yeah, let's just stop now. Offending people that just arrived. I like this though. G5. Frisky. Friskies. That's a rook. Take a rook, give a rook. Don't want to drop the rook back. Rooks are good. But sometimes it's fun to talk about like annoying chess player habits and just compare notes on whose opponent was more annoying. My biggest pet peeve is like kicking my feet under the table. I've had like multiple very ugly scenes with that. Yeah, I had a lot of ways to win. Troller, I'm very sensitive about people kicking my feet under the table. Especially when they're kids with very short legs. Troll in a roll. Charlie, second challenge. Spieler. Alright, we played those two guys already. Spieler challenged me to chess 960. So Spieler, you don't have a rating in chess 960. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's useful. Although I hate it. How much time do we have left? We have 45 minutes left to stream. Have you not played chess 960 much? I guess not. He's got no rating. You played only unrated games. This is unrated. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like chess 960, but I agree that it's good for your game. It can't hurt your chess game. I just don't think so. I would make an argument that other variants might hurt your game. Crazy House, Bug House, anything totally random like anti-chess could actually affect your play negatively. I would think that there'd be a valid argument for it. I mean, I'm not a scientist, so I'm not sure. But I don't see how chess 960 couldn't just help your game. But I personally don't really enjoy it, if I'm being honest. You're immediately on my h7 pawn. Damn, incisive. The incisist. 16-year-old girl playing much older guy. A chestnut. 16-year-old girl playing much older guy. Oh, the guy has his shirt. I thought it was the girl. I totally misunderstood. I was going to agree with you. Hairy chest. Underdressed opponents category. I can't really identify from the perspective of a 16-year-old girl, but I can try to empathize. Yeah, I'm not into hairy chest. I can see how that could be kind of disgusting. Maybe Bob. We'll have to get some input. So, Boros Danish plays chess 960 well. Yep. Strong player. And master of clickbait titles. D4. Magnus Carlsen follow. Overweight and account. Delicious. We all have our nightmares. The chestnut. Displaying cleavage at the board could be construed as a problem. I think so too. It's difficult to play if you're distracted. Wasn't there a C5? What? What are we talking about? Stop distracting me. I'm playing Spieler, team captain. This guy's good. So I want to play F5, but I just don't see my justification for that. I already don't really like black's position. Maybe D5 though. You have queen before check. Shouldn't matter. This looks like a really weird queen's gambit. I don't like the queen's gambit. But he's asking, wasn't there 2 c5? Attacking h2. Winning a pawn. No, I mean, you could... Yeah. Yeah, c5 is strong. I get distracted by the cleavage discussion and stuff. Chess 960 is painful. I try not to think about the hairy guy. There was this guy, I don't know, yeah. I mean, I'll occasionally wear my wife beater t-shirts on the stream. But occasionally you go to tournaments where these people are like, they're wearing like sleeveless t-shirts and kind of gross. That's, yeah, there should be like a dress code for tournaments. It's funny though, I mean, some bigger tournaments like the US Championship I played in have had dress codes. And people still wear like sweatpants. Trainers. So this stupid check on b4 is going to be an issue. I better castle. Can I castle? Schieber-Spieler has superior position. Chess boxing. Yeah, this topic is gonna slowly get pornographic. We better tone it down. The chestnut started it all. Distracting me. I'm playing like a really strong player, and you guys are messing with me. Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, I don't like my opening. Is it just me, or is being black a bigger disadvantage in chess 960 than it is in normal chess? Or is it just because we know how to play normal chess? It feels like it's worse in chess 960. It totally feels like it's worse. Yeah, chestnut. You're secretly one of those hairy guys. Just wondering what people really think of you. The worst, most disgusting person I ever saw was Arbakov. But luckily I didn't have to play against him. He hadn't showered in 10 days at least. Wore the same clothes. Was like abhorrent. Personally, you feel that being black in regular chess is a big disadvantage. I feel like it's worse in chess 960. But the other thing that I've noticed in chess 960 is that it feels like the center, like physically occupying the center with pawns, is more effective. Like somehow, like hypermodernism doesn't mean as much in chess 960, or it's not as usable. I need to play more chess 960. Schieber-Spieler made a slight inaccuracy. A slight inaccuracy, but he's very alert tactically. So he's going to come back if I'm not careful. He did not really want to do that. Giving up his white-squared bishop was something he probably didn't want to do. But he was threatened with losing a piece. Guys, join us for our Tuesday streamer battles tomorrow too. Also, Blitz tournament Blitz tournament tomorrow night. Our evening streams are always at the same time, 6:30 Central European. Now he's starting to kind of crank up his space advantage again. I'm getting optimistic. How is my bishop going to get out? Stupid move. Rook f7 was stupid. Extremely pointless. Weakening my back rank even. Wow. Blockade. I did not expect that. Well, this was an interesting game. I mean, he had a good position, then he lost his way to square bishop. Then for a moment I was better, but I screwed it up again, and now he screwed up. That's how I would call it, this game. There's still room for me to screw up as well. Yeah, it wasn't a good game. You were winning, then I was better, then you were winning again, then you blundered and lost. Pretty bad by both of us. Opening is like clearly better for white. Space, center, everything. Clear advantage. But then he blunders f5. So now he has to like give away his whole advantage with bishop takes c6. Now I'm fine, but immediately I managed to screw it up again. Should be close, but I played this. Gives him more time to be better. Computer thinks I'm okay here. Wow. I thought I was worse still. Stockfish is a huge believer of the latent power of bishops. I thought I had lost too much control of the center. The engine thinks I actually played decently. Surprising. But he definitely got the better of me in the opening. I'm terrible in the opening in chess 960. So you intended to play bishop takes c6 when you play bishop e3. Yeah, probably a bad judgment. I think your white squares are pretty weak. But generally I think you were better. The space in the center just made you better automatically. Chess 960 trying, troll again. Here's a new opponent. Mating. Deep. Mating. 1632. Charlie Hill chess. Begging. Begging will get you everywhere. Begging or bribery. No, thanks for the game, Schieberspieler. You missed e5 will be hanging after the piece sacrifice. Well, that piece sacrifice could have easily gone either way. Yeah, because I can capture. I have three pieces attacking e5. I didn't check with the computer. Maybe you're still there, like in the game. This is unusual. Taking on c6. I think in general it's a very bad mistake. Your knight on d4, it's like a game of chicken with that knight on c6. If you exchange, you improve my pawns, moving to the center and controlling the center. If I exchange, I bring your queen to a powerful position on d4. Neither side wants to release the tension there. Mating. Sometimes it can be played, but like right now his position isn't that bad. Queen b4 check. Knight d2. Not sure that has a benefit for me. I am sure that it wastes time. It puts my queen on a bad square. b3 is not a bad move under the circumstances. How do you deal with the do you have any change to spare, sir, in Washington, D.C.? In Washington, D.C., like every metropolitan city in the United States, every city in the world. When I was younger, I used to like feel bad and donate. But you become more jaded as you get older. I don't know. Bishop d3. Yeah, that's a solid setup under the circumstances. You never deal in Washington, D.C. I guess it's a good place to make money. So he's got a sensible setup. Bishop d3, bishop e2. I mean, I lived in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and Boston. Panhandlers were everywhere. It's just part of life. Sometimes if someone's really genuine, you know, people exploit the situation. There's like panhandlers who have like a place to live and they go out and pretend they're homeless and stuff. All different situations. Bishop b2. Schieberspieler is encouraging everyone. Play for the Pandas tomorrow. Play for the Pandas. I used to play chess in the cafe in Cambridge, Mass, for money. There was this like homeless guy. He would like take my chess table and make me pay him to rent the table. They do that in New York City too. You have to like rent your chess table. Or he won't leave. I was never really a true hustler. I've always been an educator. And where's my bishop going? Should I just stay inside where it's safe? But this mating played the knight takes c6. Okay, I caught him with queen b6. He didn't know what to do. He's probably a decent player, but just didn't know how to react against queen b6. I would never have called myself a chess hustler. Chess educator. No, Billy was a Blitz player. He's not really like a homeless dude. Billy, yeah. Mark Esterman's buddy. Billy's really obnoxious. He always kind of grated on me the wrong way. Really like needs to have attention all the time. Kind of like a real-life troll. An over-the-board troll. Those people that need to be the center of attention all the time, that's really irritating. So I never liked him. But he's not like a homeless, destitute beggar or something. He was a decent Blitz player, like 2000. Though he always sort of like to pretend he was better than that. Not really. 2100 maybe. Bishop b4 looks great. I don't know. I wanted to put my bishop on c5 outside the pawn chain, but I had reservations. Reservations. This is a classic setup White has here. Playing for like f4, I guess. I don't know. No, they do that in like Washington Square Park a lot. I never played much in New York. The renting of your chess table would be like standard. Homeless guys would like sleep there overnight and then charge you rent for the day. I don't know. Practice. In practice, that's how it works. Troll in a row. I want to get to 2100 without any calculation or opening phase study. Study Petrosian. Just like study all of Petrosian's games. That's the best I can come up with. Try to like turn into a Petrosian clone. I mean, even Petrosian like calculated when he had to. But if you ever saw anybody who could play a game without calculating, that's the closest you can get. You know, it's like winning while falling out of bed or something like that. He's as close as you can get, you know. Basically, like you win on just positional pluses, minimum tactics. But you're going to need to play more closed types of positions. King's Indian-ish stuff. So mating is pretty good for 1600. He didn't know what to handle or how to handle queen b6. I had queen e3 there, but it doesn't win a piece. Tigran. That's all I can think of. I mean, maybe like you should study Rubinstein too. Rubinstein and Petrosian. If I think of great players who use minimum tactics, could almost beat you without any tactics in the game, you could probably go with those two pretty far. I mean, I've known some strong players who could play almost like that. I always talk about this Ukrainian. I am Igor Foigl, who was a trainer from Ukraine. He had that kind of style. Basically, didn't need tactics. Can we say Tal was not a big opening guy? He was a practical attacking player, I guess. I don't know. He seemed to know when to take risks. How to gamble. Gamble well. The way he beat Botvinnik the first match. But Botvinnik figured him out, you know. Capablanca, of course. Not, like, extremely tactical. Obviously. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I never was a huge fan of Capablanca. But I have to say I'm truthfully still a Capablanca fan. This is weird. How about Queen E3? Queen E3. What about Rook takes B2 sacking the exchange? That's an interesting concept. Probably doesn't work. Rook takes B2, Queen E3. And then Knight G4. Maybe I can sack the exchange to win it back. And have a better structure at the end of the day with two bishops. I'm not sure. You've got some answer here. Is your rook trapped? If it is, it's like pure coincidence. Rook toroid. So I'm down a pawn, but I have really wicked bishop pair. Power bishops. It's pretty good for a 1600 player. White here now. I might not have quite enough compensation. Oof. You've got a defense for that. You have Queen F3 now. Queen H5. The best. Not the best version. Not good. So he could have still hung in there. Probably. This is the critical position. I don't like Knight A5, but I don't know what the best move is. Can he play just Queen D5? For example. White did a pretty good job. The engine... Okay, there's a plethora of moves. E5. So he's holding on here. This is actually an accuracy. I didn't even see Queen G1. I was looking at Queen H5. Queen H5 loses. That loses. Alright, good game. So, time for one more, it looks like. How do I choose? Dr. Vickerstein. But Charlie was begging, right? Beggars can't be choosers? Is that what it's... You were begging. Now I lost my place. Yeah, I'm just not excited with the Chess 960 troll. I can't help but prefer the other. Let's try this Magnus Carlsen variation. It's not very exciting though. Knight takes. I never like trading pieces and releasing the tension a bunch. I was just kidding. It's okay. You're a kid. That's your job. So, I don't know, Schieberspieler, what was Queen D2? So I gave up the exchange to try to win it back, and when I play Queen E3, you're saying he has Queen D2. He dropped a piece again. Now I have time to take Troll's challenge. The Carlsen plays this line a lot, with very good results. Just Bishop takes D2. It's like the Ulf Anderson variation. I had a game where I played queen takes d2 and lost with white, underestimating, like, after d5. No, he needs to take more time. Alright, Troll. You get your wish. You blundered the same piece again. So I think Schieberspieler was saying that he could have protected his rook on f4 after my queen e3 with some sort of queen d2 move, which I missed completely. That could be a problem. Don't reveal the massive holes in my tactical wizardry. That's maybe a big problem. This feels a little normal chess, like Indian defense. It's going to be normal chess with rooks accelerated to c8. That's awesome. I like this. However, he is starting e4. Well, you have to make sure if you're going to put your bishop on d3, Charlie, that you don't get hit by that kind of pawn fork. Otherwise, your bishop needs to go to e2 in that sort of setup. El Rastor. The lads. British English. You're Irish. Close enough. We don't say lads in America or Hungary. But it's sort of cool. I like that. What's up, lads? Alright, lads. I like it. And quid pro quo. The only quid I know is the quid pro quo. But I'm not hearing much about that lately. I'm sure you guys made some jokes at our expense. Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo. Pro quid quo. Knight f3. He's going to play e4 anyway. Damn it, Troll. Everything's about e4 with you. It's like Morales with his e5 square. Troll always has to control e4. Every time I'm like clearly worse out of the opening at chess 960. Clearly worse. It's like I'm losing by force or something. Troll must have some secret opening book he has for chess 960 or something. I don't know. Where do you get this stuff? How do you play the opening so well in chess 960? It totally eludes me. And you're only like 1800. Every single opening I have in chess 960, I have a lost position after 10 moves. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Similar position against Schieberspieler, where white just dominated the center. Not as bad as this, but close. And white's just winning. Just a winning position. Now, it's not even like a little bit good for white. Decisive advantage after 7 moves. I'm lost. With perfect coordination. Now, how could Troll train himself to do that when there is no opening book available? Is there? Wait. B4. We like just putting your pawns in the 5th rank. Obviously an extremely logical move. But it looks like you're going a little too far here. He wanted to get his bishop in there. I mean, white's still clearly better. Trading of central pawn. Doesn't even try to take that pawn. Yeah, much stronger is d5. I'm almost lost. I probably got to go after this game. Yeah, I mean, why is he 1500 in Chess 960? That's his favorite. That's his favorite chess variant, and he's strongest at it, but he's got a lower rating. Troll is a rating manipulator. But he's lazy tactically. How about Queen E7? Walking right in Knight F5. Yeah, that's a good move. Knight F5 is like devastating. Nearly devastating. I have no answer to that. Maybe I could trade it off with Knight E7. Knight F5, Knight E7. Pray I can get rid of it with the woodpecker method. Is that another one of those? Another one of those. What's his name books? The guy with that slightly unusual name. Axel. It's funny, I was thinking like what kind of artist should play at Donald Trump presidential rallies. I'm trying to think of artists who would actually maybe fit in. Thus the Neil Young comment from Ponda, but I'm not sure what Axl Rose's political affiliation. He probably hates Donald Trump too. He does, actually. It's probably hard to find artists who like Donald Trump that accept him playing their music at his rallies. Kid Rock. You would know, Troll. Being a hardcore fan. I trust your judgment on that. But he's like playing... It's not even Donald Trump, it's like his moronic organizers who work for him. They're playing Neil Young at his rally. Neil Young is like a defender of like Native American rights and stuff. And he's already asked Donald Trump not to play his music. And he does it anyway at Mount Rushmore. It's like unbelievably thoughtless. A4, what are you doing? See, this is where Troll starts slipping. Is this a subtle trap to get me to get your queen to G5 or something like that? Are you subtly trying to trick me here? Knight D5. Grabbing material is very tempting. Man, I don't know. I can grab the pawn, I guess. Your bishop is hanging. Neil Diamond would be great. Nobody would care about that. It's like Neil Young is one of my favorite artists among like classic rock artists and stuff. And the guy's like hates Donald Trump. Barry Manilow. That'd be perfect. Actually, you know what's funny that you mentioned Barry Manilow? A friend of mine has a brewery in Florida, Acerbate, and a microbrewery and bar, and he got a letter in the mail from Barry Manilow's lawyers to cease and desist from calling something the Manilow just recently. They take that's Barry takes it seriously. Better not to think. Just pray. Pray. Even if you don't believe in God, pray anyway. For the sake of humanity. So bishop takes d5, pawn d5, e4 is interesting. The diagonal, bang. I can't get rid of that knight. Damn, dude. Troll play g3 and I'm going to lose on time. Unreal. Queen g5. Queen g5. You got queen g5, actually. You got queen g5. I have to be careful. He didn't play it. Freaked me out. What are you doing? Queen a3. What are you doing over there? Troll's like playing for time. See, he's like a neutral. He's faster now. Now with increased speed. Jeez, another piece? Where are you coming up with this stuff? Man, this is horrible. Neutral now with increased speed. Unbelievable. Guys, my last game for today. Damn it, you're like reading my mind again. No, that doesn't work. The Acerbate maneuver. Urgency. Emergency. Emergency. Troll controls every square. No, don't trade queens. Don't do that. Emergency. Damn it. It's actually kind of problematic. Damn. Nice maneuver. Look how tiring this is. For me, tiresome. Look at that. He's 1500. You're a rating manipulator. You deserve to be punished. That wasn't a good idea. Whoa. Wow, that's a diagonal. What? Bam. Man. That was exciting. Well, guys, it was fun. Very entertaining, Troll. 1500. Just likes to make me look bad on Reddit. I am loses to 1500 again. Nah, we were lucky. We were lucky. Alright, guys, I'm going to be back later. Tomorrow, streamer battle. Mr. Coffee, good to see you. We just ended the stream. Mr. Coffee's here. I lose to you almost 10% of the time, troll. Or something like that. Anyway, you've got almost 10% of the points from our encounters, for whatever that means. But I am impressed by your increased speed. You're like twice as fast as you used to be. Should have Red Bull as your sponsor. He played into my little trap there. I was like really not sure my bishop should even go to that diagonal. And troll self-mated. Kind of lucky, actually. Alright, guys. On behalf of the Panda and myself, we'll see you tomorrow. 2 streams tomorrow, Tuesday, July 7th. It's Streamer Mega Battle at 2 p.m. Hey, join our team. Streamer Mega Battle. Mega. Not Naga. Mega. Okay? Don't forget, tomorrow night, Panda Blitz. 6:30, 6:45 CEST. Bye-bye.